I'm Linda Barnes Caldwell, Councilwoman of the 5th District. I would like to welcome you to our council meeting for March the 3rd. If you would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I did that wrong.
It was supposed to be prayer first.
Thank you. We'll have prayer by Councilman at Large and Vice President Darren Washington.
Thank you, Madam President. Let us bow. Dear Lord Heavenly Father, let the words of our mouth this evening, the meditations of our heart, Lord, let them be acceptable in your sight as we work together to move Gary forward. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Do we have any callers on Zoom? No? Okay. We'll have roll call.
Councilwoman Brown. Councilman Halliburton.
Present.
Councilwoman Ivy.
Present.
Councilwoman Latham.
Present.
Councilman Tolliver.
Present.
Councilman Washington.
Present.
Councilman Wissington.
Present.
Councilman Williams.
Present.
President Caldwell.
Present.
Madam President, there are 8 present, 1 absent.
With 8 present, 1 absent, we have a quorum to conduct the business for the city of Gary through the Gary Common Council. Okay. We do not have anything on first reading. Do we have any? May I get a motion to adopt the minutes from the previous meeting?
So move, Madam Chair. Second.
A motion has been made and seconded to adopt the minutes from the last meeting. Roll call.
Councilman Halliburton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy.
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham.
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver.
Yes.
Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Councilman Wissington.
Yes.
Councilman Williams.
Yes.
And President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, the vote is 8-0.
With a vote of 8-0, the minutes from the previous meeting have been adopted. Okay. So do we have any reports from any standing committees or anything?
Madam President, I would like to announce to the sixth, thank you.
Councilman, that's not my question.
Oh,
Not yet.
you're talking about the
Yes,
reports, I'm
not
sorry.
yet.
Forgive me.
None? Okay. So now we'll have special and select. Councilman Williams? No? Yeah.
Yes, thank you. I would like to announce to the Sixth District residents that we will host a virtual community meeting March 11th, 2026 at 6 p.m. Again, this is a virtual community meeting. There should be some mailings coming to your homes to give you the links for the Zoom meeting. Again, this meeting is March 11th at 6 p.m. Also, our board meeting, the last, for boards and commissions, we had announced an opening for the Gary Public Transportation for a Republican seat, that we only had 1 resume sent, so we're accepting applications, resumes for an open position with board and commissions, with GPTC board for Republican position. Send your resume to the office of council office. The meeting will be held Tuesday, March 10th at 5:30 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam President,
Yes.
good evening, everyone. I would like to announce that the Railcats will be having a job fair on Saturday, March 28th, 10 a.m. to 12 noon at the stadium. They are looking for several positions that you will be able to apply for. Thank you.
Any others?
Madam President,
Yes, sir.
first of all, I'd like to thank the staff for these new crispy mics. Secondly, I would like to invite the community to come out on Thursday, March 12th, here at the Public Safety Community Room, there's going to be a topic regarding, does Gary need data centers? The benefits versus the cost versus the liabilities. So let me make this clear for the public. There has been no company or organization, administration has not come before the council to present anything regarding the data center. I'm gonna tell you what sparked my interest to be able to have this community forum. There was a lot of kickback with the city of Hobart when they approved their data center. Let me make this emphatically clear. What upset me was the comments by many Hobart residents and other people who were against the data center. Their comments, and I would challenge anyone to go back and look at those comments. Those comments from those people in that community said, we don't want a data center here in Hobart, let's put it in Gary. It was, in my opinion, extremely racist. Like Gary is just a dumping ground for anything. So I said to myself, you know what? Let me get one of the leading experts in environmentalism to come and give the pros, the cons, and the liability. This gentleman is Mr. Sam Carpenter. He is the executive director of the Hoosier Environmental Council. It is Indiana's largest environmental policy organization, a position he has held since 2022, and they're based out of Indianapolis. He also is a contributing editor for the Indianapolis Chronicle newspaper, and he will be here doing a presentation from the environmental aspects of data centers. And so what I want to make clear to the public, and I wanted to let you know, this is something that has not been brought to the council, no zoning or nothing. I just think since other communities thought it would be fit to not have it in their communities and just to throw it in Gary. I do learn a little bit from Doreen Carey and from Lori Latham about the environment. So I asked the environmentalist who works on environmental policy, who I've been speaking to on different legislation this session regarding NIPSCO, a lot of things, and I would encourage you to look at Sam Carpenter's op-eds that he's written about that. They also have an environmental justice section of his council that talks eloquently on data centers and other things. And so I'm hoping everybody could come out. And let me say this, just because you disagree does not mean on any topic that a member of the Gary Common Council cannot have a robust discussion on any topic. So just because you are in agreement or disagreement, our responsibility as council persons is to bring those topics, because that's what you pay us to do, and to have a delightful discussion where we can agree to disagree. But I think it behooves us as council persons, when we hear about topics that can negatively or positively affect our community, we don't bring experts in so that you are able to hear directly from people about the impact certain policy decisions or ordinances or potential ordinances may have. So I hope that you come on next Thursday, March 12th at 5:30 p.m. to hear Mr. Carpenter and what he has to say about data centers, period. Thank you, Madam President.
Any others?
Yes, Madam President. At IU Northwest Savannah Center, Berglund Auditorium, there will be a town hall this Saturday. Representative Reagan Hatcher, Dr. Vernon G. Smith, Representative Earl Harris Jr., and Senator Mark Spencer, will be present. It will be from 12 noon to 1:30 p.m. at 65 West 33rd Avenue. That is a town hall hosted by those leaders. Thank you.
Councilman Tolliver.
Yes, I just want to thank everybody that attended my community homebuyers event. It was a great event. I believe that the community got a lot of information, and I look forward to seeing the new homeowners in the city. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to Latria Reed. You can reach out to me, and I can help get those questions answered. But thank you to everyone that came out and learned the home buying process.
Madam President. Good evening. I also would like to thank those who came out for our second district community meeting, talking about trades. It's a great dialogue between tradesmen and the citizens. Let's get prepared for some great things that's happening in Gary. Also, I'll be continue on with my breakfast with second district councilmen. That's going to take place Monday, April 6th. I'm going to continue on with the first Monday of each month with my light breakfast Light breakfast will be served. The location will be at Jay's Breakfast. That's on 26 and Broadway.
Yes. in the
Out-
Fifth District.
Outstanding. We're just going to share ideas and talk more about initiatives that's happening in our communities. Please RSVP at 219-881-1315. Also, last but not least, our Greater Gary AmVets tribute to the legends. That's going to take place Saturday, March 28th at 4 p.m. There's going to be food, raffle, music, and a band, 50-50. Please come out and support our Greater Gary AmVets. Tickets are $25. If you need it, contact Councilman Halliburton. Thank you.
Okay. Any others? No. Okay. March is Women's History Month. It started as a local celebration in California in 1978. It was declared a national week by President Carter in 1980 and expanded to a month by Congress in 1987, becoming an annual presidential proclamation honoring women's contributions like Janetta Rankin becoming the first female Congress member in 1917, and highlighting progress such as women increased earnings and education. This evening, the Gary Common Council would like to honor one of our own. Women's History Month Spotlight honoring Councilwoman Mary Brown, City of Gary, 3rd District, serving since January of 2000. During Women's History Month, we proudly celebrate the leadership, dedication, and lasting impact of Councilwoman Mary Brown, who has faithfully served the residents of Gary's 3rd District since January of 2000. For over 2 decades, Councilwoman Brown has been a strong voice for her community, advocating for neighborhood development, public safety, youth empowerment, and economic growth. Her long-standing commitment reflects not only resilience and integrity, but a deep passion for public service. As a woman leader in local government, she represents the power of perseverance and the importance of representation in shaping stronger, more inclusive communities. Her service stands as an inspiration to young women and future leaders throughout Gary and beyond. This Women's History Month, we honor Councilwoman Mary Brown for her years of dedication, leadership, and unwavering commitment to the city of Gary. Thank you for your service and your continued impact on our community. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I'm so deeply grateful that you shared that about Councilwoman Brown. Even before she became a councilwoman, and we've shared this before, Councilwoman Brown has opened up so many doors for women in our city. She was at the top of her class at Emerson High School, and one of the first blacks to integrate that school. When the Gary NAACP attempted to integrate the administrative offices of U.S. Steel, they knew they had to send our very best and our very brightest, and they sent Mary Brown. She was one of the first black women to serve in and to work in the administrative offices of our steel mill. Those jobs had been previously just reserved for white women. So I know so many women now who work in the administrative offices of the mill, and I try not to miss an opportunity to tell that important piece of history. Can't thank you enough, Councilwoman Barnes Caldwell, Madam President, for highlighting her tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Madam President, I apologize for the Greater Gary AmVet tribute to the legend. I didn't give a location. That location will be AmVets Post 6, 2060 Clark Road in Gary. Phone number is 219-944-0823. Our commander is Victor Sarge Baker. Thank you.
If we're done, we'll have our public portion. Our speakers, 2 minutes. Councilman Wissington will be taking time. Our first speaker is Albert Edwards. Good evening.
My name is Albert G. Edwards Jr. I live in the 4th District, and I was complaining about this demolition going on. I've been asking since Karen administration about this building, which is dilapidated. I have rotted trees on the city property, and I've been trying to keep it trimmed as much as possible, but I need some help. I talked to Mr. Kirkendall before he retired years ago, off and on, until the period that he did retire. But he always told me that this house was on the list. And I've been trying to track down the people who supposed to be taking care of this list. I have not received any kind of feedback, even though I've been going back and forth to City Hall or tracking down people at general services. I need, if you don't cut this house down, I need this rotten tree down for sure, so I can keep continuing to clean. I clean almost my whole block. There's only 2 people on my side of the street, and I've almost cut every yard in my neighborhood on my side of the street or across the street. But I need some help now. I'm too old, and I'm tired. I need to talk to somebody and get a response about this house so I can carry on. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Doreen Carey.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak this evening. And my name is Doreen Carey. I'm a resident of the 1st District. I would just like to share an invitation that came from the Gary Recycling Department for a meeting that's going to occur this Thursday, March 5th. It'll be located at the Marquette Park Pavilion at 1 North Grand Boulevard. And what they are doing is inviting the public who's interested in recycling and waste diversion to come to this meeting. The goal will be to explore practical and community-driven solutions that promote environmental responsibility, enhance operational efficiency, and increase community participation. And they say your insight, experience, and ideas are essential as we work toward building a cleaner and more sustainable Gary. So those people who want to recycle or want to learn how to recycle, and they have been recycling but wonder what's happening with the program, this is the meeting to come to this Thursday. It happens at, I think it's at 4:30. Yes, 4:30 at the Marquette Park Pavilion. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. John Allen.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. I want to first start by thanking everyone that came by the Gary Cultural Center on February 21st, Saturday, and participated in the various town halls there. We had a really good time. It was good to see the community show up, and I'm very proud of the community with their insight, their ideas, and their suggestions to NIPSCO regarding the NIPSCO issue. They had some brilliant ideas, and we acted on a few of them, and we're getting a little response back, so I thought that was good. I also wanted to speak briefly on CPO 2026-7. I asked the council to be mindful in the future that there was going to be an attempt to bring more parcels back onto the tax base, and with our making this commitment from our casino revenues, we might want to keep that in mind, that we might want to always be at the forefront of adding on to our tax base, especially since the casino, one of our largest tax-paying assets, sits in a TIF. So we don't really realize the tax payments from that structure. So we want to keep that in mind. Hopefully we reduce that TIF. And I sent all you guys a legal, well, I don't want to say illegal, but I sent you some information sharing the potential legal ramifications of CPO 2026-02. I ask that you make sure that you got it and consider it and look it over. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Get down with that. Lost my script again. We're doing council pending ordinance and resolutions on third read.
CPO 2026-02, an ordinance amending the sewer rate provisions of the city of Gary, Indiana regarding liens on rental property, sponsored by Councilman Darren Washington, Councilman at Large.
Madam President, I make a motion to move council pending ordinance 2026-02 back to the Planning and Development Committee with a meeting scheduled for March 10th, 2026 at 5:30 PM.
Okay. A motion has been made for CPO 2026-02 to go back to committee. I need a second.
Second.
Okay. It's been, motioned and second, CPO 2026-02 goes back to committee.
Madam President, before we vote, the reason why I wanted to move it back to committee, I made some amendments to the ordinance, and I provided that information to Attorney Molina, Attorney Harris, and our attorney, Attorney Williams, and it was not enough time for the council members to actually look through the change. I wanted to give them an opportunity to look through the legislation and have it before we discussed it again. So those are the reasons for moving it back.
Okay.
Thank you.
Roll call?
Councilman Halliburton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham,
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes?
Councilman Whittington,
Yes.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
and President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, vote is 8-0.
With a vote of 8-0, CPO 2026-02 goes back to committee.
CPO 2026-07, an ordinance approving the development and financing of a convention and event center, authorizing the pledge of certain revenues toward the financing and authorizing the negotiation, execution, and delivery of transaction documents and related matters. Sponsored by Mayor Eddie Melton, City of Garrett, Salida Green, City Controller.
Finance. Go ahead. Okay.
Are we accepted? This is finance, right?
Yes.
I thought I was doing Ways and Means.
You can.
I can take it?
Yes, you can, please.
All right. Let's see.
We have before.
Dick,
Council, we have before CPO 2026-07. We'd like to have a motion.
So move, Madam President.
second.
All right. It's been motioned and second that CPO 2026-07. Roll call? Overview, I'm sorry, overview.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Oh, so Brandon's here.
Brandon, okay.
Good evening, council.
Good evening.
This ordinance is authorizing the mayor and administration to execute documents related to the financing of the Lake County Convention Center. Those bonds are going to be issued by by the RDA, and Gary's pledging $5 million per year, of which $3.5 million is actually coming. Well, the $5 million is coming from the wagering tax, but $1.5 million per year be reimbursed by the Hard Rock. So the net commitment from the city is $3.5 million. The project's approximately $140 million, and would obviously have a large economic impact to the city, and as a catalytic driver along that corridor. So we appreciate your support and welcome any questions relative to this ordinance.
Questions? No. Do we have an amendment?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Yeah.
No. Would,
Ms.
as counsel.
Yeah, Attorney Molina.
Counsel?
Yeah, there was just a clarification on it.
Oh,
Attorney Molina, could you come up to the mic? Thank you.
It was, today. Some words were changed.
Good evening, council members.
Good evening.
Yes, there was it wasn't necessarily amendment. I discussed it with Attorney Williams. It was a Scrivener's error, so we just corrected in one portion. It said the member of the council, it should have been president of the council. So that was changed and reflected here.
Okay.
But it wasn't formally presented as an amendment since it was just a correction.
All right. All right. Any other questions? No? Vote for passage. Roll call. I'm sorry.
Councilman Halliburton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham,
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Whittington,
Yes.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, the vote is 8-0.
With a vote of 8-0, CPO 2026-07 passes.
CPO 2026-08, an ordinance to approve closure of funds with deficit cash balances or dormant status for several years, sponsored by Mayor Eddie Melton, City of Gary, Salida Green City Controller.
Madam President, I make a motion for approval of CPO 2026-08.
Second, Madam Chair.
Okay. A motion has been made and is seconded.
Second.
Second. CPO 2026-08, overview.
Good evening, Council.
Good evening.
The administration is requesting for the approval of the closure of the funds with deficit cash balances or dormant statuses for several years.
Do we have any questions? We'll vote for passage. Roll call.
Councilman Halliburton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham,
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Whittington,
Yes.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
and President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, the vote is 8-0.
With a vote of 8-0, CPO 2026-09 passes. Oh, I'm sorry, 08 passes.
CPO 2026-09, an ordinance approving 2026 additional appropriations for special revenue funds for the City of Gary, sponsored by Mayor Eddie Melton, City of Gary, Salida Green City Controller.
Madam President, I move for motion for approval CPO 2026-09.
Second, Madam Chair.
Okay. Motioned and seconded CPO 2026-09. Overview.
Okay, the administration is requesting for the approval of 2026 additional appropriations for special revenue funds. The budgets are as follows. For Fund 2500, Department 585, Tourism South Shore Visitors Fund, we added $1,000 to other materials. We deducted $11,000 from current charges, and we took the whole $50,000 completely out of grants and subsidies. This decreased the bottom line by $60,000. For Fund 2500, Department 597, Economic Development South Shore Visitors Fund, we just deducted the $5,400 from current charges. And the revenue estimates, the bottom line is $57,958.32. For Fund 2533, Department 8790, South Shore Visitors, Gary Railcat Stadium, we deducted $2,000 from other materials, deducted $1,000 from printing, and we added $77,000 to current charges, which increased the bottom line by $74,000. The revenue estimate bottom line is $111,410 even. For Fund 2301, Department 2021, City Council donations, we just requested a budget for, and we put the $663 in the grants and subsidies so you can transfer it between the line items in the 43 series. The cash reserve bottom line was $662.93. For Fund 2213, Department 2213, we just increased the current charges to by $24,595, which is also the bottom line increase. The revenue estimates, the cash reserve was $53,700, and we also transferred from Fund 2495, $24,595.39. Brought the bottom line cash reserve to $78,295.39. For Fund 2524, Department 50, Law Department non-reverting, we just created a budget for $93.54, which was also in the cash reserve balance. For Fund 2523, Department 8191, we just created a budget under current charges for $2,090, the same so that they can transfer in between line items. And the cash reserve in there was $2,090. For Fund 2530, Department 8690, non-restricted set aside. We just added 25,809. This is supposed to be for one vehicle, for vehicle inspections. And the revenue estimate, bottom line, was 25,809.28. Fund 2538, Department 2538, fleet insurance. We didn't do any changes to repair parts. For property insurance, we decreased it by 250,000. For repairs to equipment, we decreased it by 100,000. Refunds, awards, and indemnities, we added 300,000. This is normally where they pay the settlements out of. And the bottom line decreased by 50,000. The revenue estimate balance was 1,345,313.38. Youth services donations, we added $3,000 to the office supplies, added $3,000 to other materials. We added $1,000 to printing, $1,000 to advertising, $4,000 to current charges, and the total budget is $12,000. The revenue estimates is sponsorships. They received $12,982.22, which is also the cash reserve balance. For Fund 2502, Department 2151, we just created grants and subsidies line item for the $1,365. This is what they had in their cash reserve balance. Fund 2300, 3609, Mayor's donation. We just created a line item for $6,130, where they can also transfer it between the 43 series. And they also had $6,132.75 in their cash reserve. Are there any questions?
Any questions?
Madam
Councilwoman
President,
Thank you. Have you sent us the summary of all the changes via email? If so, is it possible just to have what you sent to us in one place?
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Mhm.
Your wonderful spreadsheet. Councilwoman Ivy?
did we have before the council donation, revenue estimate on here? We went through it before?
I thought we did.
Yeah, my son.
Sorry about that. When we went through this ordinance before, didn't we have, a council donation amount included in here?
Yes, it should be. It was for.
The last page is the mayor's. It is in here?
It should be
That's
right
what it
behind the
was the
council
last
donation budget.
Is it in here is what I'm asking?
I just heard her say
It should be. It should be
I
right
heard her
behind
say
the
the
budget.
mayor's donation. I didn't hear her say the council.
You looking for the revenue estimate sheet?
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Any other questions? No? Okay. Vote for passage, roll call.
Councilman Halliburton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham?
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver?
Yes.
Councilman Washington?
Yes.
Councilman Whittington?
Yes.
Councilman Williams? And President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, the vote is 8-0.
With a vote of 8-0, CPO 2026-09 passes.
Thank you.
CPO 2026-06, an ordinance of the City of Gary, Indiana authorizing issuance and sale of bonds of the city in the aggregate principal amount not to exceed $13 million for the purpose of funding certain judgments and settlements entered against the city together with expenses in connection with the issuance of bonds on account thereof, and appropriating the proceeds derived from the sale of such bonds for such purpose. Sponsored by Mayor Eddie Melton, City of Gary, Salida Green, City Controller.
Madam President, I move for motion for approval pending public hearing CPO 2026-06.
Second, Madam Chair.
CPO 2026-06 has been moved and seconded. Overview?
Good evening, Madam President and council members. On this matter, there's no official action that needs to be taken. We just need to open it up for a public hearing on the judgment bonds, if there's any comments. So if we could just open it up and allow anyone to speak on that, we can.
I thought we did that, the other meeting, but we can. If anyone wants to speak on CPO 2026-06, please step to the mic. Seeing none.
Point of information. I'm with you. I thought the public hearing was at the last meeting that we had because it was presented.
It got continued to this time. There was some concern about, with Attorney Williams, we discussed, there was some concern about the noticing, so we just wanted to be safe
Okay.
and continue it.
Thank you.
Okay, seeing none. Roll call? Okay, we're gonna close the public portion of the hearing now. No one wanted to speak, so move for passage and roll call.
Thank you.
I said that, I'd say it again. Move for passage, roll call. CPO.
Count- Councilman Halliburton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham,
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Whittington,
Yes.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
and President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, the vote is 8-0.
With a vote of 8-0, CPO 2026-06 passes.
Madam President, is pending ordinance and resolutions on third and final reading.
Okay. Again, we don't have anything on second. So, if I may, the Office of the Calumet Township Trustee Ty Atkins presents Divine Nine, a town hall meeting scheduled for March the 5th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Calumet Township Multipurpose Center. Featured speakers, Trustee Ty Atkins, Indiana State Rep Carolyn Jackson, Indiana State Rep Vernon G. Smith, Indiana State Senator Lonnie Randolph, and Lake County Commissioner Kyle Allen. All are welcome to attend. That's March the 5th, 2026. And at this time, we would like to offer our condolences to Councilwoman Lori Latham in the passing of
Thank
her
you.
mother-in-law.
Thank you. Thank you.
If we don't have any other, I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Meeting adjourned.